noticed the marching redbugs for the first time while walking through the grounds of my university campus one day. It was the month of February, Mumbai's brief spring. The day was particularly bright and warm. There were thousands of them climbing the bark of a tall tree. This phenomenon lasted for just 2 days and then they were gone. The Sterculia Foetida is a tropical deciduous tree found all over South and Southeast Asia and Southern Europe. The Sterculia is also called the wild nut tree due to the edible seed concealed in its leathery green fruit that can be eaten, according to some reports, raw, roasted, or fried. The tree can grow up to 130 foot, the height of a 12-story high-rise. It has ornamental leaves, an umbrella-shaped canopy, and proliferous red flowers that bloom in the late spring and early summer. Any school student who has dissected flowers in biology can spot the unusual structure of the Sterculia flower. It lacks true petals. It has instead a red, 5-lobed calyx. Foetida means bad smell, with reference, people say, to the strong scent of the red flowers of this tree. Do the small red bugs climb the Sterculia then in the heat of tropical spring to taste the fruit, smell the flowers, or enjoy the view? The answer to that is possibly not. The burst fruit is strewn on the ground below in spring, the black seeds exposed, and the flowers have barely bloomed. What then? The red bug belongs to the family of Pyrrhocoridae, the firebugs, of the order Heteroptera, with more than 300 species. These insects exhibit dimorphism, which means you can see them in more than one form, say winged and wingless. These are also found all over the world. The bugs feed through a long, hollow and flexible tube that helps them to suck sap. Most of them are winged. The firebugs are deep red in color with distinctive black markings and are known to be vegetarians. However, according to the Britannica entry, the larvae of the Dindymus variety found in India also eats termites. The adults, though, can only sip and suck fluids. According to one account, related to the Euro-Siberian species, the firebug sucks on fruit juice and the hemolymph of dead insects. So were the red bugs then sucking sap from the trunk or the new blossoms of Sterculia? Is that why what appeared to be adults with markings and wings were herding the small bugs up the tree trunk? Once on the trunk, the red bugs appeared to be exploring some oval, egg-shaped barnacles. What were these? Glistening like so many eggs are some variety of shell animals that cling on the bark of Sterculia. Living on the tree, these were armored scale insects of the order Homoptera, which constitutes 32,000 species of sucking insects. Sap-sucking scale insects are considered to be the top destroyers of tropical plants and trees. Soft scales sometimes have symbiotic relationship with ants that feed on the honeydew excreted by them. The armored scales appear as whitish hard circular bumps that are hard to remove. Try scratching them. Each bump has a single neat hole in them that signals the activity of another powerful insect, the parasitoid wasp. These wasps belong to the insect order Hymenopteran, which includes familiar ones like ants, bees, and wasps. All over the world, these insects are used for ecological pest control. The parasitoid wasps lay their eggs in the body of a host insect, such as the scale. Eulopid wasps specialize on scale insects. The young wasp feeds on the host, develops, and escapes by drilling a hole in the scale's armor. Young red bugs foraging for food are possibly sucking some remnant nutrition from the scales, whose shells have a convenient circular opening created by the wasp. Are the red bugs good or bad for Sterculia? No clear answers there. Depends on what they're feeding on. Sapsuckers in general damage trees. Some of them are called cotton stainers, which are dreadful pests. The Sterculia outer bark may have been weakened by the attack of scales and termites. The red bugs may just be the latest group of opportunistic sapsuckers, or they may be feeding on scales and limiting the damage to the tree. Mostly you will find red bugs on the damp soil, feeding on the juice of the fruit and seed in Sterculia's undergrowth. Nothing in the living world is simple though. The spectacular display of red bugs is over very quickly. This demonstrates a complex association and interdependence between the magnificent Sterculia and many insect species, some visible and others hidden in plain sight. Together they make our living habitat.